Welcome to the 10th episode on aldehydes and ketones, and it is the 7th lecture on reactions of aldehydes and ketones. In the earlier 6 lectures, we have discussed various reactions undergone by aldehydes and ketones, and in the earlier one, that is in the 6th episodes on reaction of aldehydes and ketones, we have discussed Beckmann rearrangement, we have discussed Novengiel reaction, then we have discussed Reformatske reaction and Tishkianko reaction. We have also discussed the mechanism and synthetic applications of all these reactions. Now, in the present episode, we will discuss some more condensation reactions given by aldehydes and ketones. First of all, we will discuss benzoin condensation, we will discuss its mechanism, then we will discuss benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement followed by mechanism of benzyl benzylic rearrangement and application of benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement. In the present lecture, we will also discuss Perkin reaction, the mechanism of Perkin reaction and application of Perkin reaction. We will also discuss the Claisen condensation, mechanism of Claisen condensation, and then we will discuss application of Claisen condensation. We will also discuss some reactions where cross Claisen condensation takes place. We will then discuss Dieckmann reaction, then we will discuss Darzine glycidic ester reaction, its mechanism and application. So, to start with the present lecture, we will first of all discuss benzoin condensation. Aromatic aldehyde condense to form alpha hydroxy ketones in presence of cyanide ions. This is benzaldehyde which upon reaction with cyanide ion gives alpha hydroxy ketone. Benzaldehyde forms benzoin in presence of cyanide ions as catalyst. As you can see here, this is benzaldehyde molecule and upon reaction with cyanide ions, it gives benzoin. Now, consider this reaction. Here also benzaldehyde is reacting with cyanide ions, but it is giving us cyanohydride. If you remember in the earlier reaction, we have told you that benzaldehyde is reacting with cyanide ion and producing benzoin. So, what is the driving force that at one place we are getting benzoin and at other place we are getting this mendelonitrile or cyanohydrin from the benzaldehyde. Actually, the reaction in this experiment requires anionic form of mendelonitrile and the reaction therefore requires a strong base which pushes the equilibrium to deprotonated form of mendelonitrile. This is followed by proton transfer and formation of carbanion which is stabilized by resonance. The carbanion then attacks the carbonyl carbon of another molecule. See here, first of all, when benzaldehyde reacts with cyanide, there is formation of cyanohydrin. As we have discussed in the earlier lectures also, cyanohydrins are formed aldehydes. But because of the presence of a strong base, there is abstraction of this proton from carbon and this is transferred to this oxygen. As a result, a carbanion is generated from this mendelonitrile and this reacts or this attacks the carbonyl carbon of another benzaldehyde molecule in the next step. You can see here it is benzaldehyde. First of all, it is forming this carbanion as a result of hydride transfer and then this carbanion attacks another molecule at its carbonyl carbon position. As a result, there is formation of this alpha hydroxy ketone or benzoin via benzoin condensation. We will now discuss the mechanism of benzoin condensation. Benzoin condensation proceeds rapidly and produces benzoin in high yield when catalyzed by cyanide ions. But the drawbacks of this reaction are that cyanide ions are highly toxic in nature and exposure of them to a very small amount can be dangerous. It is not absorbed by the skin, but a small cut in the skin leads to accidental exposure. The cyanide ions can also be inhaled in solid form in the form of dust or small particles. Therefore, if we have to undergo this benzoin condensation in presence of cyanide ions, even though the practical yields are very good, it is not a very good synthetic tool to convert the aldehydes into benzoin by this method. So, there was a need for another reagent or another catalyst which can accomplish this condensation without the use of cyanide ions, and then it was observed that a number of biochemical reactions which resemble benzoin condensation do not utilize cyanide ions. In the year 1960, it was found that vitamin B1, the thymine hydrochloride, in the form of its coenzyme thymine pyrophosphate, can function in a similar manner as cyanide ions in promoting the reaction like benzoin condensation. The resonance stabilized conjugate base of thymine hydrochloride has just the right balance of nucleophilicity, ability to stabilize the intermediate carbanion, and good leaving group qualities. Here it is the thymine hydrochloride which in presence of base is converted into thymine, which is a nucleophile and which can act in place of cyanide ions. Thymine hydrochloride is converted into thymine, a nucleophile, for benzoin condensation by the addition of sodium hydroxide in situ, that is within the reaction mixture. Thymine has a carbanion in the 5-membered ring which attacks the carbonyl carbon of benzaldehyde. Here you can see that this is thymine hydrochloride, and upon reaction with sodium hydroxide it forms thymine with a negative charge at this position. Now onwards, for discussion of mechanism of benzoin condensation, we will use this symbol for thymine where C is representing the carbanion. The first step will be the attack of carbanion or nucleophile at the carbonyl carbon of aldehyde, formation of this anion followed by proton transfer to generate another carbanion, which then attacks the carbonyl carbon of another aldehyde molecule. As a result, there is formation of alpha hydroxy ketone is formed, which is nothing but benzoin. So, with the help of thymine, we can undergo benzoin condensation by using a very comfortable nucleophile which is not very toxic like that of cyanide. And these days in the laboratory also benzoin condensation can be done by thymine, and this method is called green method or green synthesis for benzoin condensation. We will now discuss benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement. We have already discussed that benzaldehyde forms benzoin in presence of cyanide or in presence of thymine ions, which upon oxidation results in the formation of benzyl, a diketone. Here you can see this is benzaldehyde reacting with potassium cyanide to form benzoin, which upon treatment with sodium bromate forms benzyl, which is a alpha diketone, and this diketone upon reaction with potassium hydroxide undergoes benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement to form salt of benzylic acid. The conversion of benzyl into benzylic acid is called benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement. Benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement is a base catalyzed reaction where alpha diketones are converted into alpha hydroxy acids. Benzyl, when refluxed with alcoholic potassium hydroxide, rearranges into benzylic acid with about 90% yield. Here you can see that this is benzyl 1,2-diketone reacting upon with potassium hydroxide. As a result, there is formation of potassium salt of benzylic acid, which upon treatment with acid forms benzylic acid. Now we will discuss the mechanism of benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement. In the first step, attack of base takes place on carbonyl carbon, as can be seen in this figure. In the second step, migration of phenyl group to carbonyl carbon takes place intramolecularly. That is, within the molecule, this phenyl group here is migrated with its pair of electron to adjacent electron deficient carbonyl carbon. Now in the third step, proton migrates to form anion of benzylic acid. Here you can see that it is the formation of carboxylic group over here and this is the alkoxide. Now, this proton from this carboxylic acid migrates and goes to the alkoxide oxygen. Now, the reason behind the conversion of this alkoxide ion to carboxylate anion is that the carboxylate anion is more stable as compared to alkoxide ion, and the reason for higher stability of carboxylate anion is its resonance stabilization. Rearrangement similar to benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement is observed when alpha haloketones not having alpha hydrogens are treated with alkoxide. This reaction is known as semi-benzylic acid rearrangement. As in this case, you can see that this is a halogen atom and this is a ketonic group. So, this molecule represents alpha haloketone. When this molecule is treated upon with alkoxide, alkoxide attacks the carbonyl carbon and then this electron transfer and alkyl group with its pair of electron moves to adjacent carbon atom and chlorine goes out. As a result, there is formation of this ester of this carboxylic acid. We will now discuss a few applications of benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement. Furyl, a dialdehyde, forms furylic acid when treated with alcoholic potassium hydroxide. You can see this is furyl, a dialdehyde of a heterocyclic molecule, and this upon benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement forms alpha hydroxy carboxylic acid. Aliphatic diketones also undergo this rearrangement, but condensation involving a hydrogen atom usually competes with rearrangement. Ketopenic acid rearranges to citric acid in alcoholic potassium hydroxide. This is ketopenic acid. You can see it is alpha diketone, undergoes benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement and forms citric acid. We will now discuss Perkin reaction. Aromatic aldehydes react with aliphatic acid anhydride containing at least 2 alpha hydrogens in presence of sodium salt of same aliphatic acid to form alpha beta unsaturated carboxylic acid. Cinnamic acid is formed from benzaldehyde and acetic anhydride in presence of sodium acetate. You can see here this is benzaldehyde reacting upon with acetic anhydride in presence of sodium acetate. As a result, there is formation of cinnamic acid and alpha beta unsaturated carboxylic acid. We will now discuss the mechanism of Perkin reaction. The step 1 of Perkin reaction involves abstraction of alpha hydrogen of acetic anhydride by a base to form carbanion. The acetate anion acts as base and removes alpha hydrogen from anhydride. You can see here that this is sodium acetate, dissociates into acetate anion and sodium plus ion. This acetate abstracts the alpha hydrogen from acetic anhydride and generates this carbanion. In the next step, carbanion attacks the carbonyl carbon of benzaldehyde, followed by protonation, dehydration and hydrolysis to form cinnamic acid. The carbonyl carbon of benzaldehyde is attacked by the carbanion, so that there is formation of this alkoxide, which takes up a proton from acetic acid and forms this beta hydroxy compound, which first undergoes dehydration to form this alpha beta unsaturated compound, which upon hydrolysis forms alpha beta unsaturated acid as a final product. We will now discuss some application of Perkin reaction. An important extension of Perkin reaction is in the synthesis of coumarin. Coumarin derivatives are used in perfumes, cosmetics, agriculture and pharmaceutical industries. For the preparation of coumarin, first salicylaldehyde is formed starting from phenol. This phenol undergoes Riemer-Tiemann reaction and there is formation of salicylaldehyde, which then undergoes Perkin reaction followed by cyclization of this alpha beta unsaturated acid produces coumarin. We will now discuss Claisen reaction. In Claisen reaction, two molecules of an ester react in presence of alkoxide base to form beta keto ester. Unlike the aldol reaction, which is a base catalyzed reaction, a full equivalent of base is needed to deprotonate the beta keto ester formed in Claisen reaction, and there is formation of this beta keto ester started from ethyl acetoacetate. This beta keto ester is called ethyl acetoacetate. In the mechanism of Claisen reaction, the first step is the formation of carbanion. Ethoxide, the base, removes a proton from the alpha carbon and forms a resonance stabilized enolate. As you can see here, this is ethoxide, removes the hydrogen from alpha carbon, forms an enolate which is stabilized by resonance. In step 2, the nucleophilic enolate attacks the electrophilic carbonyl carbon of another ester molecule and forms a new carbon-carbon double bond. And in step 3, elimination of ethoxide takes place to form beta keto ester. Here the carbanion is attacking the carbonyl carbon of another ester, then there is formation of this beta keto ester. If you observe, these signs represent the reversible reaction, that is the reaction number or step 1, 2 and 3 in Claisen reaction are reversible reaction. Now step 4 is the formation of enolate of beta keto ester formed in earlier step and has an acidic hydrogen. Formation of this enolate drives the equilibrium in Claisen reaction, and in step 5 protonation of enolate with strong acid reforms the neutral beta keto ester to complete the reaction. So, you can see in step 4 there is removal of another acidic hydrogen from beta keto ester, and in this next step, that is step 5, it is treated with strong acid so as to prepare beta keto ester. We will now discuss cross Claisen condensation. Like aldol condensation, it is sometimes possible to carry out Claisen condensation with two different carbonyl compounds as starting material. A Claisen reaction between two different carbonyl compound is called cross Claisen reaction. Like for example, this is an ester ethyl benzoate and this is acetophenone, a ketone. When these two react, they form this 1,3-diketone. The molecule is called 1,3-diphenyl propane 1,3-dione. This is formed as a result of cross Claisen reaction. A cross Claisen reaction is synthetically useful in two different conditions. One, when out of the two different esters only one has alpha hydrogen, in such cases only one product is formed. Like for example, in this particular case, this is ethyl benzoate and this is ethyl acetate. Ethyl benzoate does not have any alpha hydrogen, whereas ethyl acetate have, and that is why only one product is formed out of the Claisen reaction of these two esters. In the second case, reaction between a ketone and an ester, that is the enolate is always formed from ketone component, and reaction works best when the ester has no alpha hydrogen. The product of this cross Claisen reaction is a beta dicarbonyl compound and not beta keto ester. As you can see in this example, this is a ketone cyclohexanone. It is reacting with ester ethyl formate which does not have any alpha hydrogen. Ketone does have alpha hydrogen, so this produces the carbanion, and that is why the product formed is a beta dicarbonyl compound, not beta keto ester. Beta dicarbonyl compounds are also prepared by reacting an enolate with ethyl chloroformate and diethyl carbonate. Ethyl acetate reacts with diethyl carbonate to form diethyl malonate. This is ethyl acetate and this is diethyl carbonate. Here the reaction takes place, this does not have any alpha hydrogen, whereas there is an alpha hydrogen over here. As a result, diethyl malonate can be synthesized by applying this Claisen reaction on diethyl carbonate. Diethyl malonate is a very good starting material or starting compound for the preparation of a number of organic compounds. Claisen reaction utilizes chloroethyl formate for the preparation of beta ketoester. Beta ketoesters are useful starting material in the synthesis of various organic compounds. In this reaction, the Cl minus, that is chloride ion, is eliminated rather than ethoxide minus ion in the step 3 because Cl minus is a better leaving group. You can see here that first this ethoxide abstracts the beta hydrogen, then carbanion is attacking this carbonyl carbon, and then we have two groups here, one is chlorine and the other is O-ethyl, or you can say ethoxy. Out of the two, this Cl minus is a better leaving group, and that is why it goes off and there is formation of this beta keto ester. We will now discuss Dieckmann reaction. Dieckmann reaction actually is intramolecular Claisen reaction. 1,6 and 1,7 diesters undergo Dieckmann reaction to give good yield of cyclic products. Diesters of shorter chain carboxylic acid do not undergo intramolecular Claisen condensation. Here this is a 6 carbon adipic acid, the ester of that undergoes intramolecular Claisen condensation, which is also called Dieckmann reaction, and forms a 5-membered cyclic structure. 1,6 diesters form 5-membered rings by Dieckmann reaction. Diethyl adipate reacts with sodium ethoxide followed by hydrolysis, forms 2-carboethoxy cyclopentanone as shown here in this reaction. 1,7 diesters form 6-membered ring by Dieckmann reaction. Diethyl palmilate reacts with sodium ethoxide followed by hydrolysis and forms 2-carboethoxy cyclohexanone as shown in this reaction. This is the product of Dieckmann reaction. We will now discuss Darzene glycidic ester reaction. Darzene reaction is the condensation of aldehydes and ketones with alpha haloesters in presence of base to form beta epoxy esters called glycidic ester. This is beta epoxy ester which is called glycidic ester. When condensation of aldehyde and ketones takes place with alpha halonitrile in presence of base, there is formation of beta epoxy cyanides, and this reaction, instead of ester there is formation of cyanides, and this is also a type of Darzene glycidic ester reaction. The base used in the reaction is potassium tertiary butoxide. The reaction occurs in alkali solution in presence of phase transfer catalyst like benzyl triethyl ammonium chloride. The use of phase transfer catalyst in Darzene reaction has made the reaction very easy, and the yields of the reaction are also very good. The same reaction has been performed here in presence of phase transfer catalyst. In the mechanism of Darzene glycidic ester reaction, first step is the formation of enolate by the abstraction of alpha hydrogen from this chloroethyl ester by the base, and once this enolate anion is formed, it is stabilized by resonance. In the second step, nucleophilic addition of carbonyl compound with enolate ion followed by intramolecular nucleophilic substitution forms the product. Here you can see that this is the carbanion which attacks the carbonyl carbon followed by the intramolecular nucleophilic substitution. This O minus attacks the carbon and chlorine goes off, and there is formation of this glycidic ester. We will now discuss some application of Darzene glycidic ester reaction. In the synthesis of aldehydes and ketones, the synthetic utility of the reaction is due to two successive steps, that is hydrolysis followed by decarboxylation to give aldehyde and ketones which are difficult to synthesize by other methods. You can see this is glycidic ester which we have developed or which we have formed by this glycidic ester reaction. This upon hydrolysis forms this acid, and later on upon decarboxylation, that is removal of carbon dioxide, it forms enol. Enolic form tautomerizes into keto form. If you remember, we started with a ketone of this type earlier, but we could prepare a larger ketone or a ketone of our choice by applying this Darzeen glycidic ester reaction to simple aldehyde and ketones. Darzeen glycidic ester reaction is also used in one of the steps in the synthesis of vitamin A1, where beta ienone undergoes reaction with chloroethyl acetate in sodium ethoxide, and this product is formed. Now, to summarize the present lecture, we have discussed benzoin condensation in detail. We have discussed the mechanism of benzoin condensation in cyanide ions. We have also discussed the mechanism in presence of thymine, and this type of condensation or this mechanism actually is the green synthesis of benzoin. Then we have discussed benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement and its mechanism, and we have also discussed some applications of benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement. Then we have discussed Perkin reaction, its mechanism and application. In today's lecture, we have also discussed Claisen reaction, mechanism of Claisen reaction and application of Claisen reaction. We have also discussed cross Claisen condensation. Followed by that, we discussed Dieckmann reaction, Darzeen glycidic ester reaction, its mechanism and its application. In the next episode on aldehydes and ketones, we will discuss certain reactions of alpha beta unsaturated aldehydes. We will also discuss the reactions associated with aromatic aldehydes, that is, aromatic aldehydes have aromatic nucleus. So, electrophilic substitution reaction which take place on benzene nucleus in the presence of aldehydic group, we will discuss them also in the next lecture. Thank you very much.